Alright, so now unmuted. Something tells me I should have just hit the mute button the whole time. Kuba the Changeling, thank you for joining. Magical Dude, thank you for joining. Zombie King, thank you for joining. Good thing I nipped it in the butt. I just realized that as I'm watching the test stream or watching the run from what you guys are watching, I have to mute myself. The Mind of 18 Men. I'm guessing that's Snickerman. Oh. Hey, Wolfhead.
You didn't hear me come in?
Probably not. I got so sidetracked setting a lot of things up.
Okay. Hi, chat. I hear Golding talking to me, but that is from the stream. I have to mute that, and I will put you over here.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you may want to fix that. But also, chat, let me know if you can hear him.
Yeah, because Golden be turning me down.
No, I don't think it's actually... Hang on, let me check the Discord. Oh, you're at 147? Huh.
Who, me? Why is that?
I don't know. I hope there's no... Chat, I hope there's no volume imbalance. Like, I hope I'm not too loud or he's not too loud. We gotta balance that shit out. Okay, I'll put you back at 100.
Yeah.
Big oopsies.
Why am I so...
Go ahead.
Why am I so loud? Why am I so loud in your headphones?
I don't know. I'm guessing it's because there was... You know what it probably is? I've noticed that some of us are, like, either too quiet or too loud. No, not that. It depends on, like, if we're on our mobile devices or if we're on our computers, the volume also changes.
Oh. Because I know sometimes my gain to my microphone will fall down for, like, no reason. Like, the actual physical knob. And I'll look at my microphone and be like, why is my gain so low? It should be in the middle.
So yeah, there's like a couple of malfunctions, but also like other people have the same issue too. So you're not the only one. Yeah, you're no Tigger. But you were saying?
Did you tell chat what we are doing today?
Not yet. I was waiting to tell because like normally whenever I go to start something, you know, I wait until there's an efficient amount up because like it still kind of happens, but it's a way to gather as many people to, you know, get the word instead of repeating myself over and over about what's going on. Like, chat, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Amethyst Majesty, thank you for joining. Zombie King. Actually, let me change this to live chat so that way I can get more messages of who's saying what. So, yeah, we have a handful. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 people in the stream right now. Yeah. So Amethyst Majesty, Kuba the Changeling, Snickerman, Zombie King, Magical Dude. But chat, I take it you guys know what's going on as you read the title of the stream.
It's like, can you guess what we're doing today, chat? And it's like, yeah, we read the sign. That's why we're here.
For a second, like for a brief second, I was like, did I say something wrong? Because like there's all of a sudden there's a pocket of silence.
Oh, no, you're fine. I'm just drinking something.
Alright, that's fair. Ugh. I was going to try to show myself on webcam, but then I realized I got to keep a straight face. And it's somewhat of a serious cause. Like a good serious cause. I'll explain in a bit. Just pop up to see what's up. I saw the title. I made a brief tag on the other streams. Or, well, our very own chat box on Discord. There's like so many things going on at the same time when I'm trying to like explain something.
I know you're literally a clown juggling like chainsaws and gooses right now.
That is incredibly metaphoric. Yes.
You're like, I gotta focus. I'm dialed in right now.
All right. But yeah. By the way, if I sound a little unusual, I'm recovering from a sore throat. I've been through. So far, this year has not been kind to my body.
It's March.
Well, like,
kinder.
Like, I got two, you want to fix your hashtags. God damn it! I hate that. Hang on.
What happened?
It does this automatically. I gotta fix this. Good thing I didn't set it off yet. No, not there.
Pokemon Smasher Pack!
Oh, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing and disrespectful.
Thank you.
Thank you for pointing that out. I am so embarrassed. Okay.
That's Snick. Of course it would be Snick.
Well, Snick or not, somebody had to point it out. I'm so fucking angry.
Don't be angry. Just laugh.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna do what I can to, try to make the best out of everything. Yeah. Hashtag Linkin Park. Hashtag, what else is there Linkin Park wise? Linkin Park band.
Chester Benningham, whatever the lead singer's name is.
Chester Bennington.
Chester Bennington. I said Benningham.
Oops.
Hi, Golden can't stay, but I thought I'd say hi. Hey, Blue Griffin.
Oh, is that what Blue Griffin said?
Yeah.
All right. Come on, Scoop. Where's the tags? Oh, there's literally no tags here. All right, well. The Den, Golden Fox. Should I type in?
Chat.
Yeah, good thing I didn't kick things off yet. Oops.
Stand by, chat, while Golden fixes that. Meanwhile, while Golden is trying to fix that, I have to tell chat, and don't tell Golden, chat. It's a secret between you and me.
I can hear what you're saying.
No, you can't. I told Golden. I just say no, I can't, and then he puts on a set of earmuffs. But, I told Golden that that before we did the stream, I would be listening to all the Linkin Park albums and all the remix albums. I am sad to report, in typical Wolfhead fashion, that is not what happened. What ended up happening was I tried to listen to as much Linkin Park I could while I was at work because I have those wireless earbuds that you can just tuck up under your hat, and everybody just thinks that you don't have earbuds. So the song I made it to, all the way from Hybrid Theory, from the beginning of Hybrid Theory to what is that album called? Minutes to Midnight?
Yeah.
I made it to a song in Minutes to Midnight. I wish I could remember what the song is. I just took my headphones out.
Do you remember how it went?
I looked at my phone. It sounded like, oh god, this is going to be a weird description, but it sounded like a church song. It's like the song after Mike Shinoda did the song where it sounds like a jungle beat, and he's like, "Catch up, motherfucker." That song?
Wait a second. Wait, that's 1,000 Suns, and the song was called "When They Come for Me."
Okay.
Is that the one where they go? Yeah.
You got it.
I will say this much: as much as I'm a fan of Linkin Park, there are a handful of songs I don't like. That's one of them.
I like that song actually. There are a couple of songs that on that album that I'm not privy to. I think it's a song before that one. Hello, still playing my Doom WAD combinations. One of them being Ramp, which has around 300 maps I gotta clear. Oh, we believe in you. Yes, definitely not Minutes to Midnight. Yeah, you're right. Get ready, because Golden is gonna he's gonna talk to me about Linkin Park, and I'm gonna get a lot of information wrong, which is why I had to scramble to listen to as much Linkin Park before the stream, because in typical Wolfhead fashion, I was like, yeah, I'll do that thing, and then don't do the thing, and then very last minute, I'm like, I gotta do the thing, so I tried to do the thing.
Let's channel. Yep, I'm gonna tag him because in that sense, because tagging is much easier than trying to find their links. Which bums we
Nick, what is your favorite Linkin Park song? In fact, that is a question for the whole chat to get them geared up and ready for this stream. Everybody post your favorite Linkin Park songs.
All right, so now that I've updated all of that, I think it's time we actually kick things off.
Yeah, let's go.
Welcome, chat. This is the first time I've done something. Well, I've already done rankings before. All of a sudden, don't you hate that you have an idea on what you're going to talk about, but as soon as you get to it, you suddenly choke.
I wouldn't describe it as you choked, because this happens to me all the time. You just got to find your thoughts, and then you have to put them into words.
All right, so welcome, chat, to tonight's stream. This den stream is going to be different than what I usually do. Admittedly, I have done a tier ranking before that was pretty much with Food Chains with Juke Denton, but this one is actually a bit more serious. As of today, for those who haven't pieced it together, is Chester's birthday. And if he were still alive today, he would be 48 years old. As many of you know, I've been a huge fan of Linkin Park. They've been one of my favorite groups growing up. My brother and I have very fond memories of listening to their music in the car on the way to and back home from school. From Paper Cut to Breaking the Habit and Numb. It was basically the first two albums at that time. In college, there was Minutes to Midnight and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to give out my entire, personal biography listening to their music here. But for a while, I wanted to do something in regards to Linkin Park ever since I heard word about Chester's passing. And for several years, I got sidetracked over a lot of things. But as you can tell on the screen, we are ranking Linkin Park albums. Wolfhead decided to pitch in. Deaf Horse, who I originally wanted, I did invite him to, but unfortunately he told me recently that his job, they gave him a shift where he had to work at a later hour. And that also means he can't join in. So, what he did do was he left a couple of notes that I will be reading out. They're DMs, but I'll explain the description of where he feels. Because he and I are absolute, total dorks when it comes to music. And when it comes to Linkin Park, we can get very passionate about it. And by that, a lot of us are on the same page. And even if there are a few disagreements, we kind of just go along with it. But he also put together his own tier list, because here's how this is going to go as I make this ranking. This isn't just going to be a list of what I would personally rank. I did leave the door open for anybody else who would join in on the call. So far, it doesn't look like that's going to happen, but you never know, what'll change. As we go over each album, I gotta reorder this out there. This is not the right order at all. But we kind of give what our own feelings are for what each ranking is. If it's S tier, A tier, we give a brief description on how we feel about the album, whether we like the album or not like the album. And then we average it out. So basically, it's kind of playing up what Juke Denton did, where what each of us would what each of the ranking we would give it for whatever the next contestant as. Yeah, that's the word I'm going with there. But I think you guys can piece it together. So this came out here. This came out before that. Okay, so from left to right. Perfect. Oh, it would also help if I turn on my screen share. That would actually be kind of useful. There we go.
Oh.
Yep. Now, I am aware.
See.
Yep. So I am aware that not everybody has listened to literally every song. That's completely fine. Not everybody's listened to every album. I can guide along with that. Before I actually get started on the ranking itself, I should say one more thing. You notice that on the lower left side of the screen is a link to a foundation called the American Foundation Suicide Prevention. And yes, I chose that on behalf of Chester. I'm not going to talk too deep about the subject because it's too sensitive to get demonetized. Now, as I do plan on monetizing this, I'm going to add a fundraiser to it, which is going to go straight to that site, or at least so whereabouts. YouTube has the fundraiser feature. I was going to try to go for a charity event for this particular foundation on Streamlabs, but unfortunately, it's such a complicated mess to fill out, and I didn't have much time. So that's a fault on my own part. But yes, I've become a huge fan of Linkin Park, and for anybody who isn't a fan, that's completely fine. If it's not your your cup of tea, that's fine. For those who don't know whatever songs there were, I sound like I just now realized as I'm speaking, I sound like that one teenager from The Simpsons. you notice that? Oh wow! I'm in pizza baked paradise. Like that one teenager with the freckles.
I didn't want to say anything. I didn't, because like every time you go, I'm just like, is Golden going through puberty for a second time?
Dude, somebody was gonna say it. Actually, I just now realized I'm still drinking some tea. I mix it in with some Theraflu, and I sound much smoother now. But as I dry up, it's gonna be like this. Like I'm talking like I became a cancer victim from smoking too much.
Oh my god.
Yeah, somebody had to say it. I now just imagine that my OC's gonna have those ridiculous freckles on my face.
Okay, I would like to report that the last song I was listening to was Waiting for the End.
Waiting for the end to come.
Yeah, on 1,000 Suns album. And
all right.
That's halfway through the album. I did not make it to Castle of Glass, and I did not make it to Hunting Party.
Fair enough. It's a lot to listen to. And I do have to commend you for being, putting in the effort to get through that. I would drive other people nuts whenever it comes to okay, if I were to do this, we would have to have some prior knowledge. So yeah, I think it's time we go ahead and get started. So the very first album, Hybrid Theory. Okay, I gotta readjust that. So while it is an iconic album, I will say this: there are some portions of the album that haven't aged too well. So far, I'm putting this as an A tier. It's a great send off or their kickstart for a debut album. And, it's what introduced a lot of us to their music, because they were big as soon as the album came out.
Yes. So here's what I have to say.
Oh, boy.
I don't know why I said that, I'm going to, put it in D or whatever. Hybrid Theory is really, really good. We're starting off strong with Paper Cut. Paper Cut is a good song. One Step Closer is another good song. With You, not really my cup of tea. Points of Authority, not really my cup of tea. Crawling. Is it cheating that I'm picking out all the singles?
Not necessarily. I'm kind of with you so far. I'm somewhat of a bigger fan of the song With You than I am with Paper Cut. Probably because of how oversaturated Paper Cut was. But With You has more of it has a more personal touch to how serious that one sounds compared to how much more of trying to find the right word. It's something you could jam to or something as in listen to,
I do like a song that is not a single, and that's By Myself. I remember really enjoying By Myself.
Yeah, I remember that.
And Pushing Me Away was good to me.
Okay.
So yeah, I would have to agree. Starting off strong, Hybrid Theory, their very first actual album. I would also put it in A.
Also put an A. Okay, so it seems like we're both on the same page there. I'm also looking at Death Forces. So he places Hyper-Theory in the B tier, which, as I'm looking through the notes, let's see. Okay. While yes, everyone holds Hyper-Theory as a gospel, it's become memed so badly that it lost its impact. You can't even talk about the emotional breakdowns of Crawling without memes about the song being brought up.
He's right.
Yeah, like, there's a reason why I don't like Crawling, because, like, it's not the band's fault. It's how people treated it. Yeah, it's been memed so many times in regards to one of two things. It's either edgelord meme joke because somebody's trying to be edgy or something like that. What irritates me on a personal level is that they constantly use it as a smoking gun, calling the band emo. Now, emo is obviously a subgenre around pop punk, or at least around the whereabouts of punk. Linkin Park's new metal. But they also refer to the term emo as in they're a bunch of crybabies. And some people are being very disrespectful to the band, calling the band a bunch of crybabies because they think crawling on my skin is slit my wrist crawling on my skin, which is not what the song was about. It was about Chester's struggle with his drug addictions.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd put it in A. I'd say A is solid.
Yeah, a bit of it's kind of a mid A.
I would put it. It's an A for me, but I would put it low A.
Yeah.
Considering everything else I've heard, I'd put it low A. It's a solid start. It's a solid first album, but I would put it low A.
Yeah, exactly. I know that Death Horse is the only one who would place it at B. But yeah, no, he made his point across about that. So, so going to the next album, we have Reanimation. Now, I don't know if you've listened to Reanimation or not. Otherwise, you're not missing out too much. Personally, I think this is more of a C tier. It's basically the same songs with various, like, remixes with, like, other collab appearances, which I forgot the name of.
Let's see. Keep talking, I'll find it.
Okay. But yeah, so Reanimation is one of their 3 remix albums that are included in this category, or that's according to the tier list. I currently don't have a physical copy, so I will have to actually look it up. But basically, it's just remixes of the Hybrid Theory songs, including the unreleased songs. Well, bonus tracks, that's what I should say. And
yeah, I found it. I do not want to read these.
Are they difficult to read?
Yeah, they're difficult to read. There's one track that's just in brackets that just says Riff Raff. And it's 22 seconds long.
All right, so give me a second here. Track listing. Oh, that's right. They like the way.
The font is weird.
Yeah.
The way they typed it out is strange.
Do you have a commission price sheet for your music custom commissions? I don't know if I would do that, Aqua. That's kind of irrelevant on this on the stream. But yeah, like, so points of authority is like spelled as Pins of Authority, which is hilariously spelled. In the end, which is supposed to be in the end. Fraggot 10, I'm guessing. Oh, forgot 10. Or pushing me away with a 5 in there, and away has got an asterisk in there. Okay.
By myself is spelled like by _ my SLF. One word.
High Voltage. Yeah, High Voltage was one of the bonus tracks on the first album. My December.
This is leet speak.
Yeah, it is. Because poor literacy is cool. Either way, it's kind of a C tier for me. Like, it's an enjoyable to listen to if you're a fan of the songs. But I don't know where you would play. Like, did you listen to it or no?
I didn't make it to this album, but I will listen to it after the stream because I really do enjoy Linkin Park.
Okay.
I'm probably not gonna like the way they typed it out in leet speak is well, maybe it was cool back then. When did this album come out? In 2002. So it
Yeah.
definitely was cool back then. They probably thought it was so cool that they were spelled like this. But unfortunately, in the year 2024, we kind of look back and be like, what the hell am I reading? What is this?
Yeah, it's like for points of authority, it's points of authority. Like, literally, like, aside from Y, like, all the vowels are taken out. Actually, Y is not a vowel. But, like, they strip out all of that. Forgotten is the only real good one as far as I'm concerned. Hi, Shuka. All right, so I'm looking at Deaf Horse's his ranking. He also puts it at C. I'm going to put it at C. I don't think he has any personal notes on that one.
Yeah, he just says C and just shrugs his shoulders.
But, so yeah, that was kind of a short-lived discussion on that album. So moving on to the next, we have Meteora. I think this is an S tier.
Meteora, huh?
Meteora, yes. So, Meteora has... Some people would argue that it's more of the same type of music compared to their later albums, but this was at a time when nu metal was still relevant. But the thing I liked about this album is that they perfected the sound, the nu metal sound, or the identity at the time. And it, not only that, they also tried a couple of new elements to it. Hi, Shuka. They worked with a couple of new elements to stand out. Songs like Breaking the Habit, Nobody's Listening. So they tried to implement a little more hip hop, a little more electronics, a little more atmosphere. And go ahead.
Something I want to say about both Meteora and the album before it, what was it called? Hybrid Theory?
Yes.
Is that both of them have points in the album where there is just like... Because remember when Linkin Park used to have the turntable guy? There used to be like...
Mr. Han.
Yeah, there are songs that have like these really like sick turntable scratches. It reminds me of like fucking Beastie Boys. And with this album we're talking about right now, it really reminds me of that. Like, if Hybrid Theory was default Mario, Meteora is Mario if Mario got like a mushroom.
I would say like a mushroom, if not with like a fire flower or one of those power-ups that lets you fly, like the propeller suit or the cape.
Yeah, it's definitely more Linkin Park, but definitely not in a bad way.
Yeah. I will say, I don't know if this is a hot take, but there's two occasions where Mr. Han's like DJ work started to stick out more. Sessions is in Meteora, and Cure for the Itch is in Hybrid Theory. Personally, I kind of like Cure for the Itch a little bit more because he's working with various sounds, included that little robotic sound saying, and now here's a lesson in music management. You know, it was. But it actually had more of an atmosphere to it, whereas Sessions is repeating a few chords on loop to the point where it kind of feels unfinished.
Yeah.
But outside of that, Meteora, I think, is their best album on all objective levels. It perfected their sound, but they also tried some new elements. And this would actually, come to think of it as I look back at it, this would kind of hint us that this would bring us, like, it would hint us that we would have, like, more experimental sound over the past, or, like, in their next albums or so.
Yes.
And it's also worth mentioning that even though they primarily were identified as nu metal, they were not a fan of the genre. They just had to use that in order to get their name out there, so that way they can reach their success. They did want to mix a couple of, like, other genres to form their own sound, and nu metal was their way to go. To an extent, Mike Shinoda said that he was using the genre against it, because apparently, and Deaf Horse can kind of correct me on this one, nu metal has a bit of an unusual reputation. Mike said that it's more misogynistic, which I don't know how true that is. I haven't listened to much Limp Bizkit or much of Korn compared to Linkin Park, but either or, I would still place. I'm hearing background noise. Do you hear that?
Yeah, that's my cat.
Oh, it's coming from you. Anyway, so Meteora is definitely S tier for me. I don't know where, Shuka, since you're in the call, would you put this at S tier or no?
I mean, I only know 2 Linkin Park albums, so
Oh, okay. You're gonna be completely confused at the rest of the discography.
I mean, the ones that you put in A and S tier are the only ones I know. That's the only ones I know.
Yeah, almost everybody knows.
I listen to more Korn than I do Linkin Park.
All right, that's fair. Okay, what's this? Oh, yes. Yeah, Def has already. We just finished S tier. This is me multitasking here. Apparently, I got like messaged on Discord. It's always like I always have that compulsion of like, I gotta take care of this real quick. But anyway, so yeah, Meteora. I put that in S tier. I think that was their best album. So moving on to the next album, we have. I'd be able to join for more opinions. Snickerman, feel free to join. In fact, I can actually put this on hold for the time being because I would actually like to mention something else in regards to Meteora. Last year there was the 20-year anniversary of the album, and there were a lot of unreleased tracks and demos, and there were so many, and some of them I kind of like a little bit more than the original. Maybe that's just the hype surrounding it, but some of the songs and some of the meanings, like Lost, honestly, I liked a bit more than Numb. One of my personal favorite unreleased tracks was More the Victim, which is a very relevant song today. Because nowadays, not many people take responsibility. They try to play a victim to, get out of Dodge.
Yeah. Hey, Snick.
Hey, Snickerman.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, go ahead. You got the floor.
Oh wait, what? What do I have for?
You said you give an opinion. Give an opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, I've. It's not. So Meteora definitely is an S tier for me because of all the different songs on that. I think out of all of them, that's the one that I re-listened to the most. Because obviously there's Numb, which a lot of people know. Faint, I love that one.
Oh, hell yeah.
Somewhere I
love
Belong,
Faint.
which is the biggest one for me on there. So it's definitely, as far as I'm concerned, definitely worth the S tier.
Okay, yeah. Some other ones like From the Inside.
Yes.
I like it. It always like I get chills every time I hear Chester scream his ass off about I will waste myself on you.
Yeah. You'd actually scream so loud that the microphone cut you out.
God damn it, Discord.
Lying from You is pretty good. Figure 9. That's also it's decent. It's not one of my favorites, but it's good.
Honestly, I don't even know what they were trying to go for with that.
I think it was more experimenting on what they wanted to do for their sound, if I'm being completely honest.
Maybe. I do like Nobody's Listening. I think that song is very underrated.
Don't Stay is also.
I mean, it's a good starter after the interlude forward.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hit the Floor, Easier to Run, Breaking the Habit. That's always one of my favorite songs to listen to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's when they were trying out more experimental. They were experimenting with additional sounds.
And they were doing a very good job of it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
They mixed together so well.
Yeah. So, speaking of experimenting sounds, their next album is the Collision Course album that involved Jay-Z. So they have Numb on.
I'm going to say this right now, put it at the bottom.
Oh, wow. That bad, huh?
No. It's not that bad. I can explain Collision Course. Now,
There's one, just like the other remix, there's only one good one for me.
Collision Course is kind of a weird, like, stepchild kind of album because it's like, I can see what they were going for with Collision Course. I have not listened to Collision Course, but I know there's that one song on it where it's like half Numb, and the other song by Jay-Z,
Numb Encore.
I have heard that song. Yeah.
Numb Encore. What the hell are you waiting for?
Look what you made me do. Look
And
what
that's
I made
literally the song that I was referring to.
Yeah, I see what they were going for. They were trying to probably introduce rap into like nu metal, because a lot of the people that like really like rap music can also fuck with nu metal.
I mean,
I think that's what they were trying to do.
Well, there has been some very close connections between the band and various hip hop artists.
That is true.
Yeah, in fact, outside of it, one of my favorite hip hop tracks, I think it was Busta Rhymes. The song was called "We Made It." Together we made it. We made it even though we had our backs up against the wall. Forever we waited. Go ahead.
Just a slight aside. Did you know that they were featured? Linkin Park was actually featured in a song by the Executioners, Mike Shinoda's other band.
It doesn't surprise me.
I didn't even know Mike Shinoda had another band called The Executioners. I'm glad you told me that.
You know, as I look back at this choice here, I'm kind of disappointed they didn't include Fort Minor and what's it called, Dead by
That's what I meant. Fort Minor.
Fort Minor, yeah. For
the song is Execution.
Oh, well, I was thinking the song "Where'd You Go?" Like, where'd you go? I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever since you've been gone. But yeah, like that's not in there. Or Chester's side project, I think it was called "Dead by Daylight" or "Dead by Dawn." That's a huge foreshadow. So yeah,
I wouldn't put it at the bottom, but
I'm thinking
it's
C.
not that. It's not that good, but I wouldn't put it at the bottom.
Okay, yeah. So I'm thinking of a C tier. So far, what's his name? Def is also put in a C tier. He hasn't had much of anything to say on that one. So yeah, I'm just gonna put it.
Golden.
What?
Chrissy's in the chat, and she asks a magnificent question. Don't feel like an idiot, but she's like, "Where's the dono link?" Implying it's in the stream, but she's implying that you should like put it in the chat and pin it.
Okay.
Yeah,
honey, I mentioned this last night that after the stream is done, I'm gonna set the the monetization settings to the fundraiser, because every time I was trying to set up the donation link to a charity, it was too complicated. She's probably gonna come in here and lecture me or something.
Probably.
or she'll just help you with it. One of the two.
Well,
yeah.
I don't know how long that's gonna take.
Yeah.
She's probably just gonna like I said, put the link in the chat and then pin it for you, probably.
All right.
We'll see what happens.
Okay. So she just says, okay. Yeah. So, like I said, chat, when the stream is done, it is going to be, obviously archived on YouTube. The monetization settings are going to go straight to the American Foundation Suicide Prevention.
Yee.
I'm not going to lecture you, G's. I'm kidding, honey. Come on.
Why did you make her sad? Why did you make her sad?
I didn't mean to. I did not mean to.
Why did you do that?
I did not mean to.
We all just start pointing at him like, go apologize! Apologize!
Oh my god.
All right, I'll be back in just a second.
Go give her a hug.
Yeah.
Cry.
I feel so uncultured with this list because I only know 3 Linkin Park songs and that is it.
I can introduce you to more. We can listen to some later.
I can just hear Def screaming at me in the comments right now.
Shoka, I was literally listening to Linkin Park songs today trying to catch up.
I know, but Wolfhead, you should know me by now. The main bands that I listen to on a regular basis is Korn and Skillet, and that's it.
Yes, okay. Skillet's a good one, but this is not the call for. This is not the street food talking about.
Okay, so Chad,
I know more about those.
Obviously, we were just joking around, but I'm going to give a bit of a spoiler. Chrissy's been biting into a stick of butter.
Why?
What?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Is she that starved for starch?
I would say starch. It's definitely fattening.
First of all, why would you expose her like that? Second of all, Key, stop eating sticks of butter. What are you doing?
The only reason why I know there is some reason to it is because of the joking comment that is made in Big Bang Theory when they go to the Antarctica.
Okay,
I can't. You know what? I can't even.
But anyway.
I can't even get mad at Chrissy because I have something to reveal. I've done this twice. I have also bitten into sticks of butter. Not
Well,
a
then
lot.
why?
Twice, probably twice in my life.
But why?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure Chrissy can say the same thing. She doesn't know either. We're all just fucking eating butter out here. Leave us alone.
Yeah,
Just
that's.
eating butter.
Excuse me.
You blow your nose.
Yeah, I had a stuffy nose. I think that's one of the other like following side effects of having a sore throat. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to
that
the.
and also like allergy season, not fun.
Anyway.
Why?
Anyway, let's move on to
You
the.
gotta break the habit of eating sticks of butter.
God damn it! Can I be heard?
Eddie.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
you can.
Okay,
you can.
thank you.
Sorry.
Anyways, moving on to the next album. Oh, looks like Key is actually coming out to confess. Anyway, so the next album, Minutes to Midnight. So this is when they had to change their sound because new metal phased out, and in order to stay afloat, they had to experiment with different sounds, and this would become a forever staple to Linkin Park's later albums. But despite all that, I will say this from a personal perspective: it's my least favorite album out of the main Streamline albums that they have outside of the remixes. And I see it as more of a trial and error. They tried to appeal to everybody. Obviously, you gotta have to do that in order to be marketable, apparently. Actually...
Unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately. So far, I'm thinking B tier, but also... I gotta look up... where's... Okay, here's Def. So Def is giving it a C tier. I'm thinking B. Go ahead.
I'd go with high B.
Uh-huh.
Because they've got a few really good ones, like Shadow of the Day.
Yeah.
That one's like really good. And then if you like the screamo type rock, then Give It Up and Bleed It Out.
Hell yeah, brother.
But then there's others.
And then there's just others. I'm looking at what his notes were.
I don't want to list off every song. That's why I do that.
Okay, so Def did say that the first half of the album was really good, but from Hands Held High all the way to the final track, he said the album got boring, which I can kind of see where he's coming from. I think they became more experimental with, quieter songs like Valentine's Day or In Pieces or In Between. Wow, all of those are just in the row right there. Little Things Give You Away, I think they were trying to do a little bit of progressive rock because it is almost 6.5 minutes long. But looking at the first couple of tracks, were you going to say something, Snick?
I was going to say I'd push it more to No More Sorrow and on, because Hands Held High was actually pretty good.
I actually like Hands Held High, yeah. It was okay for me.
No More Sorrow, like, when you actually look up what the song is about, it's extremely political. Basically, Chester hated George Bush.
Oh. Oh, that's what that was about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, so does Rise Against, but...
Just so
Rise
random
Against.
out there.
Rise Against is a whole different can of worms. But to pick up the songs of where I stand, you guys are gonna hate me for this. I am not a fan of Giving Up. It has a good sound, but the lyrics are way too whiny for me.
Oh yeah, no, I don't blame you at all. As I said, the only reason why I like Give It Up is because of the screaming like towards the end.
Yeah, and the lyrics are
how long he sustains that note.
17 seconds. Yeah, that was I think that met a Guinness World Record.
Yeah.
And someone actually matched it.
Chester's vocal range really was incredible.
Well, yeah, like the thing that's incredible is that so it's kind of a thanks to Linkin Park that I became a little bit more accustomed to screaming vocals or harsh vocals, and that's because when he gave it out, I could sense he was upset, and he took his anger over a lot of things that bothered him throughout his life, because Chester's life was abysmal. Like his childhood was awful. I'm not going to go into details as to what. It was very disturbing. He went through some bullshit, and it's just his way of coping and venting things out. And he kind of reinvented the wheel of screaming vocals. To some extent. I think that's putting him too high on a pedestal there, but when I hear his screaming vocals like from Faint or like any other song that I can't think of at the moment, boy, you're upset, and I felt that. And
Yeah. He gave it his all on that song.
Yeah.
But you know what I used to call this album like a long time ago?
What?
I called this album the Transformers album because of that one
Oh
song.
God, yeah, because of What I've Done. Yeah. No, I remember when I anticipated to the album and I first heard the song "What I've Done," and then like just shortly afterwards, that song would become a part of the Transformers soundtrack. Like I recognize it more of a song and than it is with the association with Transformers, but I understand why some do. Yeah, because
New Divide is where I is the one that I think is Transformers.
Oh yeah, across this new divide.
Yeah.
So my favorites, if I were to list them out, leave out all the rest, bleed it out, what I've done, and I'm kind of at a toss-up between either Valentine's Day or In Pieces.
Valentine's Day to me sounds like, and Chester, I'm so sorry for what I'm about to say.
Oh
Please
no.
Valentine's Day, the song to me sounds like a Simple Plan song.
Oh God. Ouch.
Cause like I was listening to it at work, and then he started saying on Valentine's Day, and I'm like, what are we sad about? What are we really? Are we sad that we didn't get a date? Is this a Simple Plan song? Where
No,
am I
okay,
right now?
so I will explain. It's him coping with his feelings when he went through a previous divorce from one of his other wives.
Okay, actually, that actually pulls it back a little bit. Because I really thought that it was like some whiny, like teenager boy type shit. I'm sorry. I'm glad you cleared that up.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so personally, I would put it as a B tier. Deaf Horse has it for a B. What ranking would you guys give it?
I'm
A
thinking
high
B.
B.
B?
Yeah.
So you got it. Okay, so and Shuka, I'm guessing you have nothing to say on that one.
Like I said, I only know about the S and A ones. I don't know about the other one.
All right, fair enough. I'm guessing you're just there for the ride.
But,
I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm learning about Linkin Park.
Songs 2 through 6 on the album are my top 5.
Hold on. Songs 2 and 6, you said?
No, 2 through 6 are my top 5.
Okay, so Giving Up, Leave Out All the Rest, Bleed It Out, Shadow of the... Oh, yeah, Shadow...
Just constantly mixing the order because of my mood, basically.
Okay, I will say this about Shadow of the Day. I didn't like it at first. I warmed up to it a little bit more because it kind of felt like a U2 song where they have those really long notes.
Yeah.
And the sun will set for you.
I was introduced to Shadow of the Day through the music video first, before I heard the actual full album.
And I
the
still
music video went,
haven't found what I'm looking for.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
Yeah, it sounds like if it was written by U2. Those really long, dragged out notes. But
I do like that song.
No, I know. A lot of people do. But moving on to the next album, this one is a bit of a divisive reception, and that is 1,000 Suns. I personally loved it. It's more of it's definitely experimental to the point where if you just listen from the beginning all the way to the end, it almost feels like it's telling a story. It was their concept album, or an art album. So to list off what songs there were, Wolfhead, he was only halfway through. He didn't listen to all of it, and that's fine. So the Requiem and the Radiance, they're both interlude tracks. Burning in the Skies. How did that song go? I'm swimming in the smoke of bridges I have burned, so don't apologize. I'm losing what I don't deserve.
I'm trying to remember which track before I finished sounded like church music to me. And I can't remember.
Waiting for the end to come.
Is that the one?
I can't remember.
Wishing I had.
All right, so go ahead, Wolf.
It's probably Robot Boy, isn't it?
You say you're not gonna fight because no one will fight for you. And they just repeat those notes. Okay.
I'll be honest, this is the start of the where I wasn't able to keep up with all the stuff that they were releasing. I only know from this album, Waiting for the End, The Catalyst, and 1,000 Suns. That's it.
Wait, where does it... Hold on, what track does it say 1,000 Suns? Because that's the name of the album.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the listing on Google from the album thing, and I just realized it says 47 minutes and 57 seconds. That's every song out there.
It's a really long song.
Hold on. Are you talking about Iridescent?
No. Waiting for the End and The Catalyst are the only songs that I know off of the album.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know any of the others.
Okay,
and The Catalyst I only know because there was an email that got sent out for people to try and do like remix editing stuff.
Oh my god.
And I think I actually tried at some point to do that.
I'm very confused by that comment now.
Oh god, what?
They sent out emails about it? What the heck?
Oh yeah, it was before the album even released. They had sent to a bunch of the folks who were signed up for the underground type stuff and everything. And I think I had signed up ages before and forgotten about it.
I've never heard of them doing that type of thing. Okay.
Well, there's a lot of things that happened during the late 2000s and early 2010s. Wolfhead, you were going to say something?
Golden, would you say that this is where a lot of Linkin Park fans are like, all right, I've heard enough?
I guess, but at the same time, I think this was I think this album was a masterpiece. Like, I think they pulled it off really well. If you listen to it from start to finish, like, you can enjoy some of the songs individually, but from start to finish, it kind of tells a story about, waiting for the bomb to drop, and that's where the catalyst comes in. But,
okay.
I mean, the whole thing is a big commentary on nuclear warfare, but
okay.
Yeah, there are a couple of interesting interludes that can be very atmospheric. Wisdom, Justice, and Love, for instance, is very haunting. Empty Spaces, your imagination can get the best of you if you kind of put in perspective. It's just a bunch of gunfire way far in the distance, like a war is going on.
Yeah, I remember that.
One that come for me is my least favorite out of that entire album, though.
Is that the beat that sounds like jungle music? No,
yeah,
it's not. Wait, is
it?
it?
Yeah, it is. That's the one where they go all,
Oh, yeah. And that's the one where Mike Shinoda's like, catch up, motherfucker.
Some of his lyrics were just like, dude, I don't know what you were trying to do with that.
Can I say something controversial? I actually like it when he says, catch up, motherfucker. I was like, I could work out to this.
That's the least of my problems. That, like, there's other lyrics in that song in which I would have to look up, but some of them are just like a big what the fuck. But personally, like, this is more of an S tier for me for 1,000 Suns, but I know you guys have a very different opinion about it.
Listen, Golden, it's your tier list. I've only listened to half the album. Put it wherever you want, man. You want to put it in S? Put it in S. Wait, what did Def say about it?
Def also thinks it's a masterpiece. Also, what is this? I'm not allowed my butt off. I'm not trying to get on Golden's attention. I'm just having fun listening, and if he comments on that, Zool, if not, still cool.
I think he was supposed to put cool, but instead he hit X.
Oops.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bound to happen. X and C are right next to each other on the keyboard.
Yeah.
So, my opinion, it's like I don't have enough of the song. I haven't listened to enough of the songs to be able to fully give an idea. But I did notice upon release of the album, there was seemingly an online shift of people who favored Linkin Park and people who didn't, like who liked and didn't like them. It like shifted where that line was, and a lot of people made the comments that it did kind of redefine their outlook and help them get brought back. So I'd say if it's not S tier, it would be high A.
High A tier. Okay.
Okay, well, it seems like they got a lot of fans from this album, so maybe what I said, the opposite, is true.
I mean, I just know that as of recent stuff, like, a lot of people were saying, like, a lot of the newer stuff from Linkin Park, like, I was hearing, I don't know if I'm hearing this right from other people, but, like, a lot of my friends I know locally would say, like, oh, yeah, like, after, like, their brand new album that came out, like, within the last year or two, like, they kind of went downhill. I don't know.
they've been shooting in the dark over a lot of things, but I can see why a lot of people say that they've been going downhill, at least since Meteora, which, while I don't necessarily agree, I see where they're coming from, because I also didn't have a good impression with Minutes to Midnight. But a similar thing happened with 1,000 Suns. At first, I thought it wasn't very good. And then my brother listened to it, and he's like, wait, what was wrong with this album again? And I listened to it a second time, and it grew on me. And now I started to see it as an art album. So it's that kind of thing, which is why I would put it at S tier. But for high A, I can live with that.
Yeah. I feel like it's also the type of people who like grew up with like the older albums from Linkin Park, just being
that's the
like
thing. That's the thing when it comes
the way they are.
That's the thing when it comes to any band. There's a sound that they identify with, and when they change it, they have trouble readjusting to it.
Yeah.
Which
take a look at bands like Metallica. Every single album Metallica came out with, they changed their sound a lot.
Well, I mean, okay, so in regards to Metallica, so thrash, obviously they're known for their thrash work like Master of Puppets and such. But after what is it called, for Justice or something like that, they had to quote unquote sell out in order to stay afloat, and then we had the Black Album. Now, I can't say anything past the Black Album because I haven't listened to their albums, but I did like their older music. But I can't make the judgment on their later portion. But they kind of had to. Like, after the release of Master of Puppets, they lost their bassist, and their bassist was extremely talented. But they had trouble trying to find a new direction because there was also because when it comes to music and certain times, there's phases, and the thrash metal phase was fading out. And some of it would be reinvented over time in new waves, but Metallica couldn't keep up with that. They had to find their own sound.
Yeah. I just thought it was interesting that like people were saying that about Linkin Park and how like their sound changed a lot with the newer stuff, and that they're just like, oh, they're not as good as the older stuff, which is fair because when the lead singer passed away and everything, then it kind of just went like people were just like, oh, new stuff's not good because he's not there anymore.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Some of the people tied the name of Linkin Park to the lead singer instead of the entire band.
Well, I mean, I think there's a speciality to each of the members.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This is like band relationships and shit. And
But these guys, like, each of them, they all got along just fine. Which is very rare because some bands, some members get at each other's throats.
God.
The biggest example being Oasis. Today, throw a chair, end of the band. That's why the two brothers, like, one of them threw a chair at one another, and they broke up after that.
Oh, great.
Jeez. I'm trying to, imagine Green Day without, Billy Joel Armstrong. And it's like, I don't think I can do it, man.
Yeah, no, I think that's another group where all three of them just get along and don't have any problems with each other.
Yeah, they have a great relationship with each other.
Yeah, even a lot of the bands I listen to, like Skillet, the members of the band really get along really well, and they complement each other really well with their sounds.
Uh-huh.
But a lot of people I don't know. I hate how a lot of people signify the band by just the one person. It's like, oh, they did that with Queen. Like Freddie Mercury is Queen. It's like, no.
They do that with Panic at the Disco with Brandon Urie, too.
Well, also, Brandon Urie became a one-person band afterwards.
Yeah. It's just because there was this video by Stevie T where he's like, it's not Panic at the Disco anymore. It's Brandon Urie Project, pretty much.
Anyway,
Brandon Urie Project.
I think we got way too off topic. I think it's time we go to the next album. So the next album is Living Things. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with any of the songs. I'll
go two of them.
Okay, I'll list a couple of them. So we have Lost in the Echo, In My Remains, Burn It Down, Lies, Greed, Misery, I'll Be Gone, Castle of Glass, Victimized, Roads Untraveled, Skin to Bone, Until It Breaks, Tinfoil, and Powerless.
Yeah.
All right,
I know none of those.
All right.
Burn It Down and Castle of Glass are really the only two I know off that album.
Okay, so Castle of Glass was a good one. What was the previous song you mentioned?
Burn It Down?
Yeah, we're building
Burn it to the ground.
To break it back down, we're building it up. To burn it down, we can't wait.
Oh my God.
To burn it to the ground.
I played soldier. Anyways,
I'm
So,
gonna have to make a short out of this.
Oh no.
so this album was much more electronic based with a couple of raw instruments added, but
Yeah.
it was more the electronic portion taking over. I was kind of indifferent from the album. Nothing too big against it. There is one song that kind of stuck with me for a while, and that was "Powerless" at the end. Extremely depressing melody, and it's really a song that deals with betrayal. And it kind of came out at the right time for me personally. Not gonna get into the details as to what, but I did feel betrayed in some way in life, and that song helped me cope with some bullshit.
yeah.
Like I said, I'm not going to get into the detail as to what. Some of the songs that kind of feel a little bit of an afterthought. Like Victimize feels like an afterthought. Lies, Greed, Misery, I think that was one of their more political songs. I could be wrong. This was also one of my least favorite albums, but I still enjoyed listening to it. So this is kind of either a B or a C tier for me.
Yeah, I can kind of agree on that one, because I'll be completely honest. For some reason, I thought Castle of Glass was the name of the album.
Me too!
comes onto. Or it was in with 1,000 Suns. I forgot that Living Things was its own album.
I'm not gonna say the album is bad. I'm just gonna say if you release an album and they mistake some of your songs for being on some of your earlier albums, maybe it's not really a memorable album. That's all I'm saying.
That's a big yikes. They did say they were trying to go back to their roots of Hybrid Theory, where they have much more individualized tracks compared to the Art album. That was 1,000 Suns. But yeah, B or C, because I'm going to toss it between those two. Snick, I'm going to leave that up to you.
What did Def's notes have?
Oh, hang on a second. He put Living Things at B. And I'm going to look up and see if he had anything to say about it. Where is it? There we are.
Because I feel like my two songs aren't enough to really give a proper answer.
Okay.
Yeah, on a whole album.
Okay, so he doesn't have much to say. He rarely had anything to say about Living Things. So I might as well just go ahead and put it in the B tier. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. Recharged is fucking garbage. So
wait, which one? Which one?
What
was
the hell is
Recharged again?
Recharge?
So hold on. I will explain to you what that is. So Recharge was their third remix album. If you
that's the one that nobody talked about.
Yeah, so I will say this: if you hated Collision Course, Snick, Recharged, they tried doing dubstep.
Oh god, no.
Okay, yeah, no. Dump it out.
They have like one original song. It's like waiting for the end that never comes. Bow wow shout.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I hate it. I hate it already.
Yeah. So immediately I put it at the D tier.
Okay, yeah, no, I completely agree. Now I agree where we place the other two. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'd rather listen to that than the following albums that we'll listen to. Now, I'll get back to that in a bit. Def also put it at D tier. We both agreed it's dog shit.
I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of dubstep in general.
A lot of us aren't.
And
the
idea of remixing any of their songs with dubstep, you would have to be a god in music creation to be able to manage to pull it off.
So, in other words, Living Tombstone or Wooded Toaster.
Yes.
That's from a fucking Brony fandom. Okay, that is a little bit of a favoritism, I will admit to that, but it's still very weird that they were tried doing dubstep, but...
Yeah, here's where we get to I don't know anything.
Alright, so...
Yes, same.
So the next album is The Hunting Party. So I'll go ahead and list off a couple of tracks. So this album, I mostly remember the final Masquerade. As I listened to the whole album, I loved it. But, let's see. Keys to the Kingdom, you guys probably don't know that. All for Nothing featuring Paige Hamilton. Guilty All the Same featuring Rakim. I can't pronounce that. The Summoning, War, Wastelands, Until She's Gone. Oh, no, it's Until It's Gone. Okay, so Rebellion, you probably might like Rebellion. So Rebellion includes Darren Malakian from System of a Down, and the song has a very big Chop Suey vibe.
Ooh, I like that. I like the sound of that.
Yeah,
It includes who?
Darren Malakian. He was the guitarist for System of a Down.
Okay.
So yeah, just sing it out. It's like, we are the fortunate ones. Now all of a sudden the lyrics have just left my head, but it has a very big System of a Down vibe to it. Like it's very comparable to Chop Suey.
Okay.
So it has like a similar beat. I don't know if it has the wake up, put your butt, or like something like that. But
I feel like that's just a Surge thing.
yeah, that's definitely a Surge Tonkin thing. But this album has like they went back to being completely raw in their sound. So it has more of a like it's more punk rock to their sound with a couple of little like electronics here and there. Like it takes more of a backseat. One of my personal favorite songs out of all the albums is The Final Masquerade, which I'm sure you probably may have heard it at some point. I could be wrong. I would have to sing it out.
I've never... Golden, when you say The Final Masquerade to
I'll
me,
I'll
I'm
go
thinking...
ahead and pull it up real quick. And
The light on the horizon was brighter yesterday. Shadows floating over, the scars began to fade. You said it was forever, but then it slipped away. Standing at the end of the final masquerade. Doesn't ring a bell
Golden,
or
when
anything?
you...
Go ahead.
No, Golden, when you say the phrase "final masquerade" to me, I just think of two French people fighting, and then one of them yells, "This shall be our final masquerade."
Why? Why is that the first thing you think of, Wolfhead?
They both have swords, if it helps.
Why is that the first thing you think of?
I don't know.
yeah,
my
no,
brain's
I've
broken.
never heard that one.
You never heard that one? It's a beautiful
never
song.
heard it.
It is very beautiful. But yeah, no, like so I think this all narrows down to where Def and I kind of stand in this one. So
Yeah.
he puts Hunting Party in the A tier, which is honestly that's kind of where I want to put it, but at the same time, I don't want to hype this album too much because a lot of other people seem to not like this album for some reason. I think it's their heaviest album, even over the original new metal albums that they had.
But
Okay,
heavy in what sense?
Heavy in the emotional context or heavy in the musical context?
Yes.
Because
No, okay, so-
granted, I didn't listen to very much of Final Masquerade to figure out whether or not I had heard it before, but what little I did hear, it does not sound heavy at all as far as like music is concerned.
Well, did you just listen to Final Masquerade, or did you try the other songs?
I only listened to Final Masquerade because that was the one you were saying I might have actually heard at some point.
Okay, maybe not. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, granted, just the atmosphere for the song itself did feel heavy on the emotional side, so I can see that.
Okay, so it's definitely on the emotional side. Now, as for their heavier sound, like the songs I would recommend is Rebellion and even War. War is just loud.
Okay.
Okay, is it I'm afraid to ask, is it like old school Linkin Park? Probably not.
No, it's like
still
straight up
loud.
punk. It's 2 minutes of straight up punk, and Chester has given it his all with his harsh vocals.
Okay. I mean, if you want to put it in A, I will stand by and let you do it. I haven't heard one song off that album.
It's an album that I'm cautiously recommending. I think this was one of their better albums, and I think it's very underappreciated.
I will say this about Hunting Party, though.
Uh-huh.
Out of all the album art that Linkin Park has, I think the one for Hunting Party is really nice.
Yeah, there's something pretty cool about that. Very poetic.
I like the Hunting Party album art.
Yep.
I have one question from this last image that you have for an album. Why do I feel like this is the one that I recognize and I just don't like it?
It would be either technically latest album, I guess.
Are you talking about One More Light?
Yeah, I don't know why. I feel like that's the one where they went all pop and I didn't like it.
Okay, so I was about to get started on that. So, yeah, this one received the most controversy out of the entire discography because by that point, and I'm getting a DM again, give me a second, I'm getting tagged.
Oh, no.
It's Mike Shinoda. He's like, you better shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of this
I
album.
literally don't need to listen to any more of War. Yeah, you're right. It is it is literally just loud.
Well, but literally, this was my I remember hearing this album and then I was like, oh god, why does this sound like pop?
Okay,
Like,
Wait,
what did you guys do?
yes, Wolfhead?
I remember 2 songs off this album. That is the song One More Light, which I don't have any grievances with.
I love that song, yeah.
And there's another song on that album. Isn't it called like Heavy or something?
Yes.
Yes.
So those are the 2 radio hits. So Heavy deals with anxiety.
Okay.
And One More Light, there's a little bit more background to which I would have to look up a second time in order to give a description. So I understand why a lot of people did not like the album, because a handful of them, they apparently have some kind of, what's it called? Some kind of chipmunk voice in the background. Like, some of their voices are sped up. Which,
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So I can only name 3 songs that have that. Nobody Can Save Me, Good Goodbye, and, what's it called? Sorry for Now.
Talking
That's
to myself sounds weird.
Talking to Myself sounds like if Linkin Park were performing in the 60s.
Yeah.
That's just a weird artistic choice.
It is a weird artistic choice.
Why would you put chipmunk? Why would you put chipmunk voices in the background of a Linkin Park?
Oh gosh, just imagine if Alvin and the Chipmunks was on the album.
No,
A song
please no.
featuring Alvin and the Chipmunks. You see it in the title, you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, Alvin or Simon or Theodore, good luck trying to scream your asses off to match up with Chester. You're gonna gonna shatter eardrums doing that.
They're literally gonna explode. They're
This is the one I heard. 'Cause I walked into a Guitar Center with my grandma and I heard this and I'm like, and then the people up front were like, oh yeah, this is Linkin Park. I'm like, this is Linkin Park. It does not sound like them. Because then my brain goes back to Numb. And I'm like, this does not sound like the same band.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was going to say, I have heard One More Light in passing. It randomly popped up on one of the times that I listened to a pre-made playlist from YouTube.
Yeah.
And I didn't even pay it any attention because it literally was just background noise for me. But I have heard that it's not really noteworthy as far as I'm concerned.
Have you heard?
I don't like to say that, but I also peeked at Heavy and Talking to Myself because those titles I recognize.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at its description, the album's description on Google, and unfortunately, I do have to agree with the lack of most of the good genres that most of the other albums had.
Uh-huh.
It literally only lists pop music, pop rock, electropop, and electronic rock.
So,
and I have to agree.
I personally didn't mind having more of a popish sound to them because there were a couple of songs that did kind of stick out. One of which was, when you think about it poetically, the last song was called Sharp Edges, which is kind of referring to, when Chester's harsh way of growing up, saying that I guess I had to find out myself. But at the same time, when you think about the last title, or the title of the last track of that album, remember back to the first album on what the name of the first track was.
Wait, don't. You're giving me a riddle. You're giving me a riddle. Wait, hold on. Don't give me the answer.
I have to use my brain now.
Hold on.
Lights. Track.
The first album was Meteora, right?
No, the first album was Hybrid Theory.
Hybrid
Theory, right. Thank you.
All right, where?
Okay.
Wait, did you figure it out, Snick?
Yeah, you'll see it.
Okay, hold on. This is gonna take me a long time. Hold on. Holy
My
fuck.
brain cannot remember the name of the song.
Okay. That's Sharp Edges.
Sharp Edges was the final track of One More Light. Now look up the first track of Hybrid Theory.
Hybrid.
Okay, now I'm looking this up.
Google is like, you want this album? I see you're looking up fucking Linkin Park stuff. Okay.
Let me see. Oh, I see it now. I see it.
Oh.
Waiting for Wolfhead to see it now.
Yeah, I want to hear his reaction.
All right. Okay. You cheeky bastards.
Yes, the first track of Hybrid Theory is Paper Cut. Sharp Edges, Paper Cut.
Oh my god.
That-
We've come full circle.
Yeah, I think that is
Literally.
a very... Yeah, literally full circle. That is so terrifyingly poetic.
Yeah,
I give them
that's
props
cool.
for.
That's a little cool.
I give them props for doing that, like bringing it full circle. It's just weird.
Like, I'm not going to completely defend the album. There are a couple of... Like, I actually do enjoy listening to Heavy and One More Light and Sharp Edges. The other ones, I could just, like, listen to and just not even care. Like, not even the chipmunk voices bothered me. But I understand why it would bother some people.
Yeah, and I think back when that came out, like, there was already so much pop music on the radio that it's just, like, it kind of made me think, like, all of them sounded the same at that point, because when did this album come out? Like, what year?
2017.
2017.
Yeah, around that time, a lot of other pop albums were coming out, and and a lot of bands sounded the same around that time to me. And I didn't listen to a whole lot of radio as it was, so whatever I listened to going in the stores, I was like, oh, what band is that? Is that this band? And people are like, no, it's this band. I'm like, they sound the same. Like you gotta admit, like, that's what my brain was thinking, because, like, I didn't get exposed to a lot of music. It's like, okay, like, it's either this band or this band, and they're both wrong, apparently, so, okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so, personally, I think it's... I'm pretty sure a lot of you are going to probably put it a low rating for this one. Honestly, I'd rather listen to One More Light than Recharged.
I mean, it's up to you.
My thing is I didn't properly listen to any of the other songs. So I can't really give it a proper vote myself, but I feel like it could potentially reach high C, low B.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that too. Deaf Horse has placed One More Light at the C tier.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think this is like more of a C tier. So yeah, that kind of wraps up what these albums are. I know that not everybody is gonna agree. Like I have my own ratings and such, but
I mean, I agree with the first two that you did, the one in A and S tier.
Yeah.
I agree with those.
Like, I would have been so close to putting 1,000 Suns in S tier, but yeah. But like everybody else has different opinions and such.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's part of the fun of music, is everyone has different opinions.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's also, like, it kind of gives a refreshing take instead of giving your own take all the time.
Yeah.
I do hope to, like, I've been thinking about doing, like, these kind of, like, tier lists for, like, other albums of different bands.
Ooh, that is where I come in.
Okay, go right ahead.
Do you want to know what I've been doing while you've been talking for the past 10 minutes?
Oh, God, what?
Haven't you?
What I have on my screen right now is a picker wheel. And what I want to do before the stream ends is I want to spin this wheel, and whatever band it lands on, we have to do a tier list for that band next.
WolfHead,
but I need more bands.
Okay, well, hold on. So, like, based on how I put this out, we would also base it off of, you know, what the birth dates are. So with Chester, this was March 20th. I was thinking My Chemical Romance. Gerard Way, his birth date is on April 9th.
Oh, so yeah, we could listen to, like, some My Chemical Romance stuff, or at least I can.
I'm gonna have to actually sit down and look.
Okay.
My Chemical Romance, yes.
Yep. The Black Parade is, like, it's going to be no surprise. The Black Parade is just going to be immediate S tier.
Yeah.
WolfHead.
I haven't listened to all of the Black Parade album, but I'm assuming it's going to be an S too.
Wolfhead,
Yes, what is it, Shoko?
have you put Skillet on your list, please?
God damn it. Now I'm just now I can't stop hearing waking up, waking up, waking up, waking up.
I will definitely want Skillet. Skillet is my favorite band.
Well, I don't even know if we're doing the wheel now because Gold wants to do it by birthdays.
Well, hold
I
on.
mean, that's fair.
I mean, okay, how about this? Even though we already have, like, I have a list of ideas on what we could do for future reference, there could be, like, other titles that, by just looking that up, we would have to look up their discography and listen to, spend a good chunk of the day listening to a lot of their music.
Yeah.
I have the discography for Skillet already. That's how much of a fan I am.
Skillet is one of those bands that I've listened a lot to as well.
Okay, so, not Def, Wolfhead.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I accidentally called you Def because you have Def in your name next to you. It was like Domino, but Def bit him.
I love that picture of me, by the way.
But anyway, can you link me to the, what is it? Is it a wheel decide or something?
It is a wheel decider. I don't think I can, you know what I can do? I can tell you the name of the bands on the wheel so far.
Okay.
You could also screen share it.
I can't screen share it, you are correct.
Well, hold on. Hold on. Why can't you just send me the link to it?
Because it's a... How would I send you the link to the picker wheel, to my specific picker wheel?
It might be just because once you send the link, it empties everything out in the new link.
Oh, that's so stupid.
Unless there's a share link specifically for the wheel that he made.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Remove everything.
You know what? Hang on. Oh, shit.
I'm gonna share.
All right.
I'm gonna share. Where is the screen that I need? Here's the screen.
What we could do, because I would want the chat to take a look at it, I could write down what you have listed so far, or maybe I could just, like, start a new, let's go ahead and start a new tab. I'm going to go ahead and save this.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Weird Al, yeah. Put Weird Al in
We're going to be here forever if we're going to go over a tier list for Weird Al Yankovic, dude. Do you know how many albums he has?
Yes, babe. I do!
Wait, babe. We can have Wolfhead do that on my channel. I'll be fine. Oh my gosh. Wolfhead, how do you not know how to spell his name?
Yankovic is not a real word.
Yankovic.
Kovic. Thank you, Steve.
You just put cheese sandwich, Pony, and it'll be fine.
No, I'm not doing it.
Okay, so right now I'm currently on the webpage. Wolfhead, go ahead and list them out for me.
MCR, Shinedown.
Well, hold on.
Slow down there, Wolf.
Yeah.
MCR.
Chris is singing Skillet.
Shinedown.
Yeah.
The Used.
Okay.
Nirvana.
Ooh. That'll catch Def's interest.
Oh, yeah.
Breaking Benjamin. All American Rejects. A Day to Remember.
Hang on. I'm still typing down, day...
A long name.
Damn it! Fucking hell!
Did you get it?
Yes, A Day to Remember.
Okay, Skillet. And Weird Al Yankovic. Can anyone else think of any more bands?
I have two more.
I could pull up my Spotify playlist and just
actually there's three more. So, Panic at the Disco.
Okay. Hang on.
There's also Hollywood Undead.
All right, give me a second.
Okay.
And then wait, what was the last one? I just had it in my head. Oh, Metallica.
I mean, at this point, like, already people have listed off some classic rock bands. Like, good God, that's going to be a lot. I'm actually going to remove My Chemical Romance because I'm going to make it a goal to do a tier. Like, I'm going to change up the rules on that one. We'll, like, have only one tier for every album, and it's going to be 4 listing because they only made 4 albums.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's like, those types of bands, it's like, oh, it's only just a couple of them.
Actually, I'm going to go ahead and throw in one more.
Okay,
what are you throwing in?
Well, you'll see. Can you read it?
Wait, hold on. I have to go back. I have to go back to yours.
Screen share. You are.
System of a Down. Yes.
I was gonna
Put a
recommend
little
System
makeup.
of a Down, Seether, and Shinedown.
Ooh. Oh.
Well,
I have-
Shinedown's already in there.
I have two that actually I think no one's ever thought of.
Okay.
Queen and Bon Jovi.
Well, okay.
Bon-
Well, hold on. We'll just put those on hold for right now because we have a shitload here.
We can make a comprehensive list of all bands we want to do this for and set that somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yay, we got so
A collection at a time.
Yeah, it's gonna be too big. So, I'm gonna list down which ones are gonna get what, but at the same time, we also I kind of want to make it a rule where whatever birth date the frontman has, we go for that.
Why
Yes?
did you name weird? You spelled weird wrong. It's Wired.
Oh, god damn it! Hang on, let me fix that.
Wired Al Yankovic.
That's Weird Al if he has 3 cups of coffee. He's wired.
Okay, is that better?
The E before the I think.
Wait, I thought weird was first spelled with an I next to the.
No.
Google is your friend.
There we go. You spelled it right this time. I know it's because I have the
Yep.
Yankovic. Yep.
It's pronounced Yankovic, but it's spelled Yankovic.
Wait.
Okay.
Without the H.
Okay.
Yeah. I only know that that's how you spell it because I have albums for it.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of albums too of his.
Okay. Let's actually move on now.
Everybody wants Weird Al to win.
That would be a day-long stream.
Yeah, that's
All
gonna
the
take.
albums.
'Cause
It would be a lot.
Or we can break it up in half.
No. They're making fun of the spelling. That's what's going on there. All right.
Oh, okay.
The not so best. Okay, you see, Wolfhead, this was doable. Well, oh wait, you won't be able to see it at the top. Anyway, let's see what's first on the list. Okay, Nirvana. That'll be
Oh, God.
interesting.
So now we got to listen to all of Nirvana, or at least I do.
Well, Nirvana only has 3 albums.
Oh, that's
Let's
good.
go! My job is easy.
Yeah, it's Bleach, Nevermind, and I can't pronounce the 3rd album.
Okay.
So how about
is there
this? Hold on.
Yeah.
We'll go with, because there's so much to name off of. We'll go for the top. We'll go for 5 picks because this is just an overload.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, somebody else was gonna say something.
Is there a way you can save this wheel? Come back to this tab and it'll be the same.
Hang on.
We could test that theory and open up another tab.
There.
Do you have to make an account or something? What the hell? Save your wheels?
All right, let's go for the next spin,
Okay.
and it is All American Rejects.
Let's go!
Yes.
Right.
Now you gotta
that
keep
what
it
is wrong.
move
We
along. Move along.
That music video is so good, by the way.
It is.
It's like
Great
it's
music video.
yeah, it's there's single shots that are just
Whoever gives you hell.
damn it. I gotta.
I will probably only show up to certain ones because, once again, I am not knowledgeable in a lot of music.
Hun, that's the thing, is we sit down and listen to a lot of the songs, if not all the songs, so that we know what it is that's going to be popping up and having an opinion.
All right, let's see the next one.
Okay.
Panic at the Disco.
Yes.
Let's go!
Yes.
All we
Welcome
would
to
need is
the
Fall
end
Out
of
Boy
the
and
road.
it'd be a fight.
I will definitely
Okay,
be there for
Golden, are
that
you
one.
writing these down?
Yes.
Okay, good.
You
So,
could definitely see me for Panic at the Disco one.
all right, so 2 more slots.
All right, what are they going to be?
If we get the same one, we're just gonna roll again. And
Okay.
yeah, it was just about to land on Panic again. Come on. A Day to Remember.
Let's go!
that
was so
Your
clo-
last album is so bad, but I like this pick anyway.
That was so close to being on Skillet. So funny.
I only know one of their songs.
My
That's
friends
Downfall
are
of us all.
degenerates.
Not Degenerates. I think Snick is talking about The Downfall of Us All, because that's like their most popular song.
No.
Wait, what song are you talking about?
I have to scroll to where it's at on my playlist.
This is very entertaining.
I'm
Here we go,
so
Resentment.
surprised. Resentment.
Yeah.
Hang on.
That one was recommended to me by one of my coworkers.
Yeah, I was about to say you could get rid of the ones we already got. So
Yeah.
Let's see advanced options. Let's see.
Resentment is a recent
I mean, you
song,
could
too,
just
but-
X out of the ones that we already picked. So
Well,
go
I mean,
to the list.
we're already down to like one pick. So
Yeah.
all right, one more slot.
Okay. Big money.
All right.
Big money.
And the drum roll, and well, congratulations,
Yay!
Skillet.
Skillet.
Yes.
Nice.
I have every album except the first three, but I know of the first three albums.
How many albums does Skillet have?
They have quite a bit because they have a lot of albums. They've been around since 1997, I think.
96.
Yeah,
All right.
they've been
96.
around for a while.
Holy
I got
shit!
some
Okay,
of their
so
early.
1,
I got
2,
some of their
3,
early
4,
ones.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 albums. Holy shit!
Jesus Christ.
So what's funny is my stepmother was the one that introduced me to them.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of us know about this album, Awake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
the funny thing is, I found a tier list for this, for all these albums already, and then I also have the discography on my phone. So
Okay, so this one has two frontmen, or they have two vocalists.
yeah, John Cooper is the main one.
Okay, so he was born April 7th. Okay, it's gonna be way too soon to try to what is it? I'm gonna list it down. 4/7. I'm gonna set that for 2025 because based on how big that album, that discography listing is, it's
Yeah, having it and then 2 days later, the potential of My Chemical Romance.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, MCR, we're gonna make it a goal on that one, April 9th. So,
Yeah.
let's look up a day to remember.
The last album is so bad.
Since I'm here, I think I'm being too loud.
But Miracle is really good. Their single Miracle is good.
Jerry McKinnon, is he the frontman? Hang on.
Uh,
He's the founding member and lead vocalist of the rock band Day to Remember. All right. He was born on the 17th of December.
Simba.
Oh.
He's only 38. What the heck?
Yeah, there's some musicians who are younger.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm learning things.
The more you know.
I actually have to listen to their very first album that's not a parody of their other albums.
Hang on. I got to take a look. How big are their... Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 albums. All right. That's not too hard.
Okay.
I mean... what's the band? Linkin Park has 7 albums, or at least a whereabouts. So, like, there was like 3 more added just for the sake of longevity. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right,
I got this one very excited for.
all right. Brandon Urie.
You're right.
Okay. I'm.
Well, Brandon Urie's the main one. I would just click Brandon Urie because he's the main one.
Releases as a solo act. Okay, that's what threw me off. It's like, oh, they're all past members. All right, Brandon Urie. So his birth date, April 12th, and
Man, a lot of musicians were born in April.
yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna try to get through all of that. I mean, I guess we'll have to make one exception or two. How thick is this discography? So, also 7 albums because there's 4 here and 3 here.
Yeah.
4 and 3, you get 7. All American Rejects. Let's look them up.
I think some of their recent stuff is not that good.
Oh, All American Rejects?
Yeah.
It's hit and miss. A lot of it.
Okay, so Tyson Ritter. I think he's the.
Is he the lead singer? 'Cause
Well,
Yeah.
he's
oh
the
my
lead
God,
vocalist,
April
bassist,
again.
pianist, songwriter of the rock band. Okay.
Gosh, they're all in April.
God damn
Oh
it.
my god.
Oh my god.
I guess it's
Apparently,
like,
List Music Month.
Apparently, if you're born in April, you're destined to be a magician, I guess.
Well, we're about to find out for Kurt Cobain.
A magician.
Oh my god.
Trixie was born in.
He was born in February. Okay.
Okay.
It's also for next year.
We broke the cycle.
Thank you.
All right, so we have one in December, one in February, and then the rest are all in April.
Apparently.
I'm a little bit curious now. What would have Weird Al's birthday have been? I'm very concerned now.
Oh,
Is he also in April?
Wait,
I
what's
forgot when his birthday.
Hang on.
October. Woohoo!
Oh,
Okay,
you beat me to the punch. Fuck.
I was about to.
October is a cool month to be born in.
Hun, he was
Well, I mean,
born.
yeah, oh, absolutely.
His birthday is 3 days after your, or not 3 days, 10 days. God damn it!
I'm
I
also
don't know
looking
why
at.
I was thinking 17.
I'm also looking at his age. He's freaking 64.
Yeah,
Well, I
doing
mean, he's
music
been around
for a long time.
Yeah, I remember Weird Al since I was 12 years old, and I watched that Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park is
It's
frightening in the dark.
All the dinosaurs are
running
wild.
Can we look
Now,
at the
if you
discography to
really-
see how many there are?
Yeah. Look at
Oh,
this album.
all right,
if you really
okay.
wanna be afraid.
Yeah, that's a lot.
He didn't even
Okay.
read them. He just looked at the list and was like, "Yeah."
Okay, so
So-
he first started in 1983. Okay,
Yeah.
you were gonna say something?
I was gonna say we don't count his greatest hits albums, any of them, and then Polka Party. I don't think we should bother with either. I don't think.
No, it's wait, babe. If we're doing this as tiers later on, we need to include all of his albums. That's just how it is.
I'm trying to avoid albums with repeats of songs. That's why I'm double checking.
Yeah,
So,
no best ofs.
yeah. Also, that's this list alone. That's 14.
Are any of them best ofs? I can't see.
No, they're not.
They're studio albums. Yeah, it's not a
No
compilation
studio.
album.
All right,
Bro, is he
and-
retired? Because he should be.
He
I mean-
tried to, and then he came back for another tour.
I mean, I think it's safe to say that Weird Al just has a lot of fun with his career.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Polka Party. Polka Party is actually there's some repeats on here, like Addicted to Spuds and Christmas at Ground Zero, but most of them are actually just on this one.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Alright.
unfortunately, can't eliminate Polka Party.
Okay.
Well,
I was just curious. I was just curious as all because I don't remember how many he had.
Honestly, I have no problem listening to 10 Weird Al albums if I have to.
I mean, for sure, yeah.
Yeah, if that ever comes to fruition, I have no problem doing that.
But we have Nirvana, All American Rejects, Panic at the Disco, Day to Remember, and Skillet. Skillet's gonna be a while to get through, which is why I set it for next year.
I mean, I'm already halfway done with albums, anyways.
Well, okay, good for you.
I'm obsessed with the
The
album.
rest of us have to catch up.
I'm obsessed with the band. I can't help it.
Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and just wrap it up.
Okay.
But that's the tier list here. And for those who stuck around on the stream, thank you for watching. For those who've watched this on who watched this as it's archived, the link is down on the lower right screen. The mouse can't really reach it too far, but this is kind of I kind of wanted to just do this for a while. But I do want to make a good cause on this one because I've been a fan of Linkin Park for a while. But spread some charity for the American Foundation Suicide Prevention. It should be linked once I give it the fundraiser. So thank you guys for sticking around, and we'll get you at a later point where we have so much more fun.
Bye bye.
Boy.